Dogs on the Run begins now.
All right, new set, new guy here. We're going to hang out for the next 45 minutes. We've condensed things now. It's Dogs on the Run. Kind of more about what we're talking about than more than what you're seeing, because we went out and bought, I mean, we were seriously here at Cleveland Brown Stadium or First Energy. How's it feel to be playing in First Energy?
It's a great feeling.
It's awesome. Pierre Woods is joining us for the season. We're excited to have him on board.
Thank you.
On board. Michigan, Glenville, Patriots. Buffalo. What else? Gladiators. Anything else?
Cleveland Cobras.
Cleveland Cobras.
We lost in the championship on Saturday by 1 point.
What, you're still playing right now?
I'm done now. I mean, the season's over.
What position? Are you playing linebacker or no?
Play linebackers, defensive end.
How about hopping in on offense? Why not?
The coach ain't want me in offense that much. A little bit of tight end blocking, field goal block, punt return.
I'm thinking fullback.
Even fullback, whatever. It doesn't make a difference. Whatever you need to do, I'll do it.
All right, that's why you're our go-to guy on the show so far. All right, Mike, how are you?
I'm good. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I can feel it. It feels like a hangover, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
31-10 guys. It's not exactly what we wanted.
Pretty bad.
It wasn't fun. All right, we'll hop into the game in a second. Let's just talk about everybody that hangs out on this podcast. Eric, the referee, are you a part of the show today, or what's the deal?
I am a part of the show today.
Oh, and I can hear you now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know.
Eric, do you want me to call you up here? There you go, Eric Kim. Nice. All right, so that's Eric, the referee, just so you know. It's going to sound a little weird in your ear, too, for the next little bit of feedback. Eric, how are you this morning? Good to see you.
Very well, very well. A lot to talk about today. Horrible performance as usual, but a record-breaking performance, though.
That's right. I got to tell you, this feels like a PBS show right now, doesn't it? Yeah, we have, like, no energy. I feel like we've done 15 shows this weekend. We're, like, just throwing some crap out on the air. Let's go. Let's have some fun.
And Big Bird?
And I wouldn't call you Big Bird. You kick the crap out of me, man. I'm messing around with that. All right, Eric, what do you want to do on this show? What do you want to do today?
I want to start with this awesome offense that we had, putting up 10 points. It started off early, Johnny Manziel throwing that bomb to Travis Benjamin. All the fans were going nuts, and then dismal.
All right, we'll bring that in. Can we bring Kenny in, too? Let's let everybody say hi to Kenny, too.
We can.
All right. Kenny Rhoda is also with us this morning. Hi, Kenny. How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen. OHIO. Sorry, Pierre, but at least the Buckeyes won, and the Cavaliers opener is what, just 43 days away?
All right, so we've got that going for us.
Which is nice.
Michigan won, too.
That's true. You can't go by Pierre and not say that Michigan did win. All right, so Kenny's here. He'll be with us for the majority of the show as well. He's hanging out. Are we calling? Why don't you just go out and get that thing sponsored? You could sponsor.
You know what? I'm working on that. Trust me, I am. We'll see. Maybe WHBC will come in and sponsor it, and we'll get it taken care of that way. If not, then I'm open to everybody and anybody. There's plenty of space back here to put something up.
All right. At this point, you're sponsored by Tostitos.
It was a good time back in 02. National championship, and got the new banner up from last year.
And Bobby's House of Old Earl Bruce fedoras.
Thank you very much.
All right, sounds good. All right, let's just take, before we hop into everything, the show is about you. We want to hear what you think about the Browns. So who's on Skype 1 to start us off here, Eric? Who is it? Oh, George from Lakewood. Hi, George. How are you?
Awesome. Good morning.
Good morning. Tell us how you feel about.
Feel them all. Put my foot in my mouth.
Go ahead, George.
Just
sound off.
I just want to say that I was pleasantly surprised that at least we drove the ball down the field, not like the Crows yesterday, who only got in the red zone once. And at least we have a commonality with Pittsburgh and Baltimore. We're 0-1. And that's the agony of it. At least the ecstasy was that fucking Ohio State kicked the living ass out of Hawaii, but it took a while. All right, seriously, who is in charge of the kangaroo court in the front office? Everything seemed like it was going decent, and then all of a sudden a cavalcade of shit happens and just drives fans like myself up a fucking wall.
So George, I have to ask, as a man with a puppet sitting on your shoulder.
This is a Build-A-Bear called Snowy.
Oh, Snowy the Builder. Now, on one hand, you can drop an F-bomb, and on the next hand, we've Snowy, the lovely bear.
Yeah, I can't forget about Snowy. My wife will kill me.
Snowy looks like he's had better days, that's for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Snowy
Agreeable.
helped yesterday.
George, again, do you feel better about everything you just said? Does that make you feel better about the Browns, even though they lost?
I just pray we have a game plan for Marcus Mariota and he gets back to reality after yesterday, please. Pretty please.
All right, George, thank you. Thanks for starting us off today. Again, love your colorful words. And he utilizes what everyone says who's joining us again. How many years have we been doing this now? Three. 3 years, everybody.
Everybody had to count.
3 years we've been doing this
That's
show
right.
now. All right, George, we'll see you later. Goodbye.
See you,
All right,
George.
let's bring
Bye,
Kenny
Snowy.
back in. Kenny's on schedule.
George looked like he kicked the crap out of Snowy. Snowy looked rough. I'm just saying.
All right, let's just kind of go around the horn again, just because we're having such a crazy start here. Kenny, you start. First of all, your feelings on the game from yesterday. Go.
Well, last year they fell behind, 27-3 and made a game of it and lost on a last-second field goal. This year they come out and they take the lead and then just fall totally apart offensively, defensively, coaching, front office, the GM suspended. They've got 4 guys suspended before the season even starts, from your general manager to the only playmaker you have in Josh Gordon. It's just, it's a disaster. It's like deja vu all over again. Here we go. 16th loss in 17 openers since 1999, 11 straight. They turn the ball over 5 times. They get an interception. They can't even hold on to that. It looked like Maurice Clarett was out there ripping the ball away, setting up the Buckeyes, in that national championship game from the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl and everything. So just another disastrous start to the Browns season. It's something Browns fans have come to expect, and the OIC factor comes in. You go out and you get a quarterback in the offseason in Josh McCown. You see him play recklessly against Tampa Bay, and you tell him, don't play recklessly. We need you on the field. And in the first drive, which actually was a pretty decent drive when it started, twice he takes 2 big hits, suffers a concussion, helicopters into the end zone, fumbles the football, and he's out for the game. And then the Browns fall apart after they take a 7-0 lead. So it's, like I said, deja vu all over again.
Mike Cairns, first thoughts.
Well, Kenny pretty much summed it up pretty good, too. I mean, you thought they were off to a great start, and Josh McCown still does not know how to slide. And it came back to haunt him because now we don't know how long he's going to be gone with this concussion protocol. But it was a great start, that 17-play drive. Play-wise, that was the longest drive in 2 years. So you're thinking, oh, great start. They're off to a great start. McCown fumbles the football. Things go backwards from there. Disappointing in a lot of different ways. We have a lot to talk about today. So disappointing start. I had high expectations. I thought they would. I thought it'd be a low-scoring game, but I thought they would definitely take care of the Jets.
Pierre.
Man, just off top, those guys did not play the way the Browns are supposed to play. They came out there and let the Jets just rule the field. Joe Hayden, oh my God, Joe Hayden got all that money, just like Gerard Cherry said. He got all that money and he just stunk it up. It was terrible. Eric Sheldon, is that his name? No, Danny Sheldon. Danny Sheldon. Did you even get a tackle? It was just horrible. I mean, they didn't do anything good. None good. Special teams did good. The punter, Lee, he did good.
Yeah, Andy Lee's a hell of a punter.
Yes, he is.
I mean, that's like
the field.
And Brian Hartline had a great catch yesterday, and Manziel threw 1 good touchdown pass. And the only thing that I'll say,
what about this? They haven't been able to stop the run since 1999, and they haven't been able to run the football since 1999. And as I look at my stat sheet, let's see, they gave up 154 yards rushing and had 104 yards rushing, but a lot of that was due to the quarterbacks running for their lives. So, like I said, the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah, as I go into first thoughts too, Kenny, those were my first 2 thoughts because they set into the offseason saying we are going to stop the run and we're going to be able to run the ball. They did neither yesterday. They seemed very unprepared for a team that went up against the Jets yesterday. Maybe you're shaken up because you lose your starting quarterback on the first drive, but like I've said time and time again, and Brian Hoyer didn't have a great game yesterday, but one of the issues is, hey, what's the problem? Just come on in. It's okay. It's not a TV show. We got an issue. What's going on?
So can we turn up Pierre's mic a little bit?
Can we turn up Pierre's mic a little bit?
That would be awesome.
There we go. All right, we'll try to turn it up. Thank you. We appreciate it. All right. So
No rules.
no rules.
No
We don't
rules.
have any. Come in here, drop an F-bomb. We don't care. It doesn't matter. Listen, so when it
I'm
comes
making
down,
breakfast next week, so I'm going to be eating breakfast next week. Just so you
Oh,
guys know.
nice.
What are you making?
I'll probably make an omelet, a little bacon, a little mushroom, a little ham, a little cheese, maybe some green peppers, throw that in. I'll make enough for everybody for next week.
Awesome. Send some up.
Can you make it while you're on the air, though, Kenny? I mean,
I
that'd
will
be
try.
great.
I'll get my little. You remember in college, Pierre? You remember like you had that little hot plate or whatever?
Yeah.
You put it. I'll try and make it in front of everybody for next week.
Awesome.
Crock pot, too. That's the other thing you use.
I like that.
All right, going back to what we were saying. Anyways, they just didn't seem like they had a purpose. They didn't seem like they had a plan yesterday. Everything kind of got whacked out of shape there. And, you go down there, and I'm like, Josh McCown, I'm not surprised that happened. We saw that against Tampa. We saw exactly what he likes to do, and I think it would drive coaches crazy. Manziel looked okay yesterday. For a guy that got thrown in there, for a backup who should have been ready with tendonitis, that's about the only thing I can say looked okay yesterday. Johnny Manziel looked better yesterday than he did last year. At least he looked prepared at least this much. Thoughts?
Well, here's what I'll say on that real quick. I think Manziel, in the first half, when they weren't prepared for him, that's when he played well. Then they had the halftime to adjust to him and his style, and that's when they got after him. Ball security, obviously a main issue with Johnny Manziel. And when you fumble, he took hits that he shouldn't have taken. Buster screen. It's the first time Buster Screens hit anybody like in about 4 years, and he lights up Manziel like that. But I thought that they did a nice job, the Jets, of adjusting to Manziel in the second half, creating the turnovers and shutting down the Browns offense.
Well, that ball is like, it's like your medicine. It's your pill. And he's definitely got to have better ball security. If he's going to get outside the pocket, he likes to run anyway. So he's got to tuck the ball away, keep it high and tight, and just, slide. Make sure he doesn't get hit like Josh did. So that way he can stay out there and stay healthy.
All right, Don's on Skype 1. Hi, Don. How are you?
What's up, Don?
What's going on?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good. You awake?
Oh, yeah. I'm awake.
All right. What do you think? What do you
Can
think?
you say
of yesterday's
penalized like a Brown?
Like
I tell you, yesterday was so draining for me. I mean, I was on the fence anyway because, Fitzpatrick has always owned us. He's always had our number, especially with Chan Gailey like a couple years ago. I mean, they totally whooped our butts.
All right, what do you want to see next week? I'm scared. I'm scared for the Titans. If you saw Marcus Mariota, he lit it up yesterday.
4 touchdowns.
I'm really scared. I really think that this – I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the front office down. I don't know if it's the message they're sending to the players. Are they just out of sync for just everything that's gone on from the offseason all the way up to yesterday? I don't know. I mean, I'm rooting for him. But Johnny, I thought, played the best yesterday out of everybody. I mean, the Jets adjusted, but I'm curious, what did the coaching staff say? What were they thinking? Pierre, I don't know. You were there. You would know.
You played there.
I'm pretty sure that the coaching staff was just like, hey, you guys got to play better than this. They could have had a guy out there that had 9 million reasons to do better, but he didn't.
All right, Don, thank you. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you hopefully next week.
Thanks
for
Don. Good
Skyping in.
stuff.
We appreciate it. Listen, here's one of the things, and I've talked to you about it a little bit before, and I've talked to a couple other guys about this. The CBA and preseason has changed a little bit of what we've seen. And when the CBA kind of switched things over a couple years ago, we saw sloppy tackling early on in the season. And I think that was real evident over the last couple years. To me, the Browns just didn't seem ready. And I think that was echoed by Mike Pettin at the end of the game because Mike said, look, we came out there, we had this great drive, and then all of a sudden, everything that we worked for to get to this game, to over-prepare for game number 1, went down the toilet, is essentially what he said.
Well, and that's the way it is. You think about it. The preseason, a lot of guys doesn't like to play. They feel like they're going to get hurt in the preseason, but the preseason gets you ready for the season. It prepares you. But when you have guys that comes out there and say, well, I don't want to play, or coaches say, well, let's take this guy out, well, they're not getting the rep they need. They need those reps. I mean, you can get them in practice, but practice against your own teammates, you're not going to hit your teammates. When you get out there in the preseason, you get somebody to hit. So by them not going out there and really wanting to play, and the preseason think they're going to get hurt, that doesn't help anything.
Yeah, keep in mind, too, with Johnny Manziel, this is a guy that came in with limited to no reps through the entire week leading up to the first game of the season. They were preparing Josh McCown because he's a starting quarterback. Johnny's the backup. Johnny came in and I think for everything, and I'm as bad as anybody else when it comes to Johnny Manziel. I'm not a Johnny Manziel fan. I don't think Johnny Manziel's an NFL quarterback. I think he barely scratches the surface as a backup quarterback. But with all that said, I thought we saw everything that Johnny Manziel had been working on from season 1 to season 2. I think we saw a little bit that yesterday. I think he had a little more pocket presence than I've ever seen him. I think he climbed the ladder a little bit when he started to read his progressions, and you could see him stepping up. It didn't have those happy feet. There was a lot of good things to take away from yesterday's game when it came to Johnny. And you and I sat and watched the whole game together.
Mike, he turned it over 3 times.
Yes.
He turned the football over 3
And
times,
that's how
and then
low
he
the
said he
bar
still
was.
had elbow soreness during the game. He said his elbow flared up again, so that's why he couldn't practice. And you should have known that when you drafted the guy, if that's something he had way back when. That goes back to the front office and Ray Farmer and the other teams around the league passing on him. So to me, Johnny Manziel, you saw what Johnny Manziel is yesterday. He plays backyard football, not NFL football, and he's not going to make it through the season because he's not big enough. He's going to get clobbered. He's going to turn the football over, and on occasion, guess what? He'll make a play because he throws it up for grabs, and Hartline reaches out and makes a great catch on a one-handed throw.
That's a good point.
Hey, I got to interrupt you guys because
Hang on,
we got a fuming fan on the phone. His name is Tubby Dog.
Oh,
and he is
Tubby
back.
Dog. Hang on a second.
boy.
Hang on, Kenny. Hang on. Tubby Dog! Hi, how are you?
What's going on, Tubby?
How the hell are you?
We're good.
On the phone. Jeez.
Why can't we see you?
Where's the Skype? Well, can we Skype into your show then? Wow. God, you're huge.
Tubby, how did this happen? I mean, we were just like 2 little friends talking here on this tiny little Dogs on the Run show, and now all of a sudden you are a big superstar.